I'm Sebastian Urrutia Lutz. I'm 33 years of age. I am a dietitian with prior biochemistry studies and a food technology degree. I'm Chilean. I've been here for a year and a month so far. I wanted to participate in this project as I thought that my experience has been a very complicated one. After meditating about it and talking to other people, they've told me like, oh my god, you've gone through a lot and you've encountered some problems that many of us have encountered and other people have not, but your experience could be so enriching for us to understand how to better improve the system, or for us to know that you can always be resilient no matter what, or to find your inner place of strength. I liked a lot of things about Australia. Well, of course, climate and weather was part of it, even though Melbourne's weather is kind of crazy. But beaches and all that was part of the thing. But the appeal that I liked a lot was the economy here. Not only because you could come and have like a nice way of living, but I understood that if the basic wage, like the minimum wage here was high enough so that anybody could have like a decent way of living, we would have a very nice basic society which will be less prone to violence, less prone to delinquency. And I believe that this country is doing it great in that respect, because it's making it so that people can live without so much stress, so much having to fighting for just surviving. So people can transcend from survival mode to be part of society, to enrich society with their experience and with their work. Because when we are just living for survival mode, we're just being egotistical and we're not building communities or building a healthy society or creating new markets even, which helps the economy. Like, people need to, in order to get to self-realization, you have to be in a low state of stress and not struggle for your survival. So I liked a lot that way of living that people have here. So that was like the basic reason, because I hated the comparison with Chile and the huge income gap that there is. So I wanted to see a society that was different, so I could see people smiling every day in the metro station instead of people that were sad. Well, starting as an LGBT person, I struggled a lot when I was a little kid, for example, because I was fat with boobs, and my classmates mocked me a lot because of them, and I even got surgically removed, like gynecomastia, and that was kind of tough to go through. And it was being discriminated for something that was kind of like not my choice, having boobs and being like little, and I was immediately called gay. And well, then I realized that I was gay by myself, and started struggling to tell my family, tell my friends, and get into society and understanding that I would be discriminated even for jobs. So that was kind of hard, that my whole life would be kind of different. Like, all my classmates from school were going to have like family and kids, and I was not gonna, and it was a sort of like a death sentence at that moment in time. But then I got to meet some friends over the course of the years while I was studying in uni, and we started making gay parties, and we started increasing the diversity of parties in Chile, and that was very nice because people started feeling more comfortable, and more gay people started to appear and meet each other. So that was very nice, because we didn't have that before. People didn't know each other. There was a little community, but this made it so much bigger, and now we even have parades like on the weekday or March, and for equalitarian marriage, for example. So there's been a lot of progress, which has been great to be part of with my friends, and overcome my own fear of discrimination, my own fear of not being able to have the life that my classmates did. Then after some years I was attacked by people in the streets and had to, they fractured my skull here, and because of that brutal attack that I received, I had surgery, and that created neuropathic pain, which was chronic, and it was very hard because I got even support from the equalitarian rights movement back home, but it wasn't enough to make justice happen. That was sad because it meant that I, as a queer person, didn't have the same rights as another. I felt like utterly abandoned by my society. There were police officers half a block away when it happened, and they didn't do anything about it. And I was just wearing some red pants. That's what I remember. And if they thought that I was gay for that, and they managed to almost kill me because of that, it was a very bad experience and very hard to overcome. To be able to go outside again and not be afraid of the streets, not be afraid of the people, that was kind of hard. And then was when I started to decide that I should migrate, because I was leaving a lot of violent behaviors from the community while I was working at parties. After I saw a lot of people being attacked, and even when we were going to go to our cars were smashed with stones, just because we were getting out of a gay party. So I started becoming disappointing of our justice system, of my community, of my society, and being let down by them. Was that, should I be contributing to the society? I was trying to work as a dietitian to improve the population's health, and I didn't want to go one-on-one as a dietitian. I wanted to go in the food industry so I could create a big impact. But I started doubting if I should even do that, because society was not there for us, so why should I be there for society? And it was something that started to grow inside myself and feel dismotivated for all my passions and even my wanting to be part of a society. And that was a turning point. Yeah, that's when I decided to come to Australia, and here in Australia I've started struggling then with migration processes. Well, when I migrated here, I wanted to do the skilled migration program with my degrees, but then I got infected here with HIV. After a while, I found out that I wasn't going to be able to apply to that way of migration, because a health requirement about the money that you will be able to dispose from the Medicare system, and HIV was over the costs of what they expected, and because of that I was discriminated to get that migration option. So considering all the distress that I had and the problems that I had back in Chile, the struggles, even when I went to live in the south of Chile, and I saw that other people were attacked with axes, and I got even raped in the capital city once. So it was too much, and the lawyer said that I could go for an asylum seeker option, and because of that I could be able to do another path of migration here, which I ended up taking because of my situation, because the HIV gave me such side effects that normal medication wasn't able to get me by each day. I was struggling to eat proper food. I was struggling with a weight problem, with the psychological issues from the medication, and such side effects made it impossible for me to be normal again very easily, and because of that I was gonna struggle back in Chile much more than I was struggling already. I want them to see that life is full of adversities. Life is full of problems that come whenever you're not expecting them. You are always trying to prepare for everything, and you're always right there as you can be very prepared and to confront every adversity that you have each day, but even so you will not be able to foresee what the future has for you, and whatever happens to you, time will make you able to withstand it and to see a path of light between all the issues that you have and make a path for yourself. It's the one you least expect it to be, but yeah. I would love to go to med school. That's kind of what I decided to do, to study for the GAM SATs, apply for med school and become a doctor. That would be a great thing for me. I already have a lot of degrees and I studied a lot, but I believe because of those I could be a much more integrative doctor and I could be a very huge help for people, and I would love to be able to, as all my experiences have made me become a person that doesn't want to see other people suffer and wants to like prevent it. Well, and about my hopes and dreams about becoming a doctor here, I would also love to become a citizen, an Australian permanent resident, so I could be part of this economy and this Aussie way of living and construct with my Latino approach, with my experience. I believe that this country, with this multiculturality that they have, it's very enriching, and I love this possibility that Australia poses as a country to bring all different nationalities and all different cultures into one nation and build something better. I believe it's words would be resilience, love, also empathy. It's a big word.